Hello, Burby lovers. All right, so this is your spreadsheet. There are many others like it, but this one is special because it's yours. Anyway, so here's what's up. I didn't spend a lot of time making this terribly fancy because we're probably going to throw most of this out and do it quite differently in future in terms of actual spreadsheet format. As well, I got a lot of experience programming for groups, and I got loads of experience online coaching for individuals. This is actually the first time I've online coached a group, so this is going to be kind of fun. And we'll see how this. We'll probably like burn the entire sheet and start again after we've run it for a couple of weeks and come up with a better way to do it. But for now, here's what I think is going to work. So what you'll see on here is this is Tuesday, January 5th coming up here. I'll continue putting like extra every new workout down underneath this as we go along. So Friday will be down here in a couple of hours, and then following Tuesday, following Friday on down the page, we'll go that way. Every exercise on here, I should talk a little bit about how the sheet works and talk a little bit about how my format for writing these things works, right? So you can see here we got an exercise column. I've got an option for a progression if you want to add a progression, or a regression if you find the exercise too hard. Number of sets, number of reps, tempo, which some exercises have and some don't, rest, and then any notes afterwards for things to watch out for, things you want to do, or anything like that. So our first exercise on Tuesday is going to be the rear foot elevated split squat. So if you don't know what that is, you can click the handy attached video here, and a little guy will appear telling you how to do the darn thing, and kind of go on from there. I'll just turn him off and get back on here again. So you can do that. All the hot linked things here lead to videos, so they're all in there for you. So in the case of the rear foot elevated split squat, what I want you guys to do is 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions per leg. You're going to lower yourself down slowly for 3 seconds and then try and come up fast, right? So you're going down for 1 and 2 and 3, and then come up, and then go 1 and 2 and 3, and then come on up. You're only going to rest 45 seconds after each leg. So you do your first leg, rest, then do your second leg, rest, and then carry on. I got a note here for you saying your back knee should gently touch but not leanly weight on the floor, and I'd like if you could upload a video from the side, please. Now over here, these sections in green is where I'm expecting stuff from you guys, right? So you can see we've done alphabetical order: Amy, Liz, Martina, and Nicola. I haven't actually checked whether M and N come in that order in the alphabet, but it's pretty close. So anyway, everywhere you see some green, I'm expecting some information back from you guys. So that's where I'd like you all to edit this thing, put some stuff in. So if you want to just take a little video from the side, upload that to YouTube, and then tell me like how many reps and how much weight you did over here, and stick the video link up there as well. That'd be great. Now, note on the exercise order here, you'll see these funny numbers, A1 and A2, and then B1 and B2, and then C, and the little conditioning section down here. A1 and A2 are a pair of exercises, right? You might have heard the term supersets before. The idea here is you're going to do a set of the first one, then a set of the second one, then a set of the first one, then a set of the second one, and carry on back and forth until you've done 3 sets in total, right? So in this particular instance, you do your 8 to 12 squats, you rest 45 seconds. You then do the other leg, 8 to 12 reps, 45 seconds rest. You then do a set of push-ups, you then rest 60 seconds, and then you're back up here for the rear foot split squat, 45 seconds, other leg, 45 seconds, push-up, 60 seconds rest, etc., until you've gone around 3 times. And that would be 3 laps of that little superset. After that, you can probably guess what you do next. You go into exercise B1 and B2. I won't bother going through each of these exercises, but you get the idea. That's you do the first set. There's 3 sets in this case again. So you do B1, then B2, then B1, then B2, then B2, then B2, and then you're done. And then it's onto the side planks down here. Okay, in the case of the progressions and regressions here, so say our target is 8 to 12 repetitions per leg here, meaning it's up to you guys if you do 12 repetitions at a particular difficulty level on the rear foot elevated split squat. It's on you to go, aha, that was too easy. I could have done much more than 12 repetitions. So I need to check out this progression thing that Will has written here. And you see that it's just add weight, right? So you take your backpack full of gravel or rocks or something and you hold it up in front of you in the goblet position, which is held in front of your chest. Lower yourself on down. If you can still do more than 12 repetitions, you add more weight in the next set and keep going on up. And eventually you get to the point where you can only do between 8 to 12 repetitions. You've now found an optimal level of difficulty. Say you tried the rear foot elevated split squat though, and it was just too hard and you couldn't do it, and it was like your knee felt like it was falling off or something else was wrong. You then look to the regression column here and you say, okay, cool, I'm going to do the reverse lunge instead. And you check out the video of the guy doing the reverse lunge, who's jabbering on about something before he shows us the reverse lunge. There we go. And that's a reverse lunge. So you just do those instead in this particular instance. Okay, so that's what those mean. Basically, the progressions and regressions are there is if you find you can do something above the rep range, you want to go into the progression, and if you can do below the rep range, you go into the regression. So in the case of the push-up over here, I'm looking for 5 to 10 repetitions from y'all. So if you can do more than 10, add a bit of weight in your back until you can only do 10 reps. That'd be just like put a plate or put a book or put a, I don't know, pet or small person or something up there if they'll stay still. And if you can do less than 5 repetitions of the push-up right now, you would do a hands elevated push-up. So again, demo video of how to do that there. And your job then would just be find something you can elevate your hands on so that you can do between, at least 5 reps, but no more than 10 reps. Okay, so I think that's all I wanted to talk to you about there. Down here in the side plank, this here's a little general core strength test. So I'm looking for you guys to do LAAP, which is as long as possible on each side. So you just do one set until you can't stay up there anymore on your right side, and then one set until you can't stay up anymore on the left side. There's no progression and regression up here because this is just a test, right? So if you can't do it, you tell me 0 seconds. And if it's like the most trivial thing you can think of in your entire existence, you just tell me you got bored after 5 minutes and wandered off or whatever. And then we get on to our conditioning test for the day. This one's 5 minutes of burpees. You can read the rules here. So bottom fully on the floor, top, jump, and everything else is optional. So you can fall on the ground, jump on the ground, and in between. Your goal is just get yourself onto the floor and get yourself into a jump as many times as you can in 5 minutes. And this is giving us a general insight into your power output relative to your body weight over the course of 5 minutes. So, you can have a little fun with this if you like. All you guys get in a Zoom call and start at the same time and see if you can keep going. Remember, we don't want more repetitions at the expense of changing range of motion, right? So it's like, if you break the 2 kilometer world record, but you only rode 1900 meters, who the hell cares, right? So we need the same distance covered for any of these tests to be actually valid. So, if you don't get your entire chest, stomach, and legs on the floor at the bottom of the burpee, or you don't jump at the top, it's not a burpee, nobody cares. So make sure you get all the way on the ground, make sure you get all the way up. And within that, then we're trying to get as many reps as possible done on there. So that'll be a nice point of comparison for the future, and it'll also give me a bit of an insight into how much oomph you guys have coming off the get-go here. I know you're going to tell me first week of January your level of oomph is low, but darn it, we've got to start from summer, so we'll build it up and get that going. Okay, down the bottom here, total session time. I'm just looking for a number in minutes that you guys would record over here so I can see how long it took each person to complete the whole session. And then session RPE is rate of perceived exertion. So this is a 1 to 10 scale I always look for on workouts where I want to know how difficult you found the thing. So one mistake people often make with this is they try to rate how difficult they think the workout is and not how difficult they found it. Remember, this is definitely a subjective scale. I want to know how difficult you found it because I want to know how much you're getting your ass kicked. And that'll, of course, give me some insight into recovery, whether or not I can work you guys harder, whether we need to back off a little bit, or maybe if there's other stressors like sleep or nutrition or other stuff we need to go digging into. And finally, down here, comments. If you want to tell me anything about the session in general, or anything I should know, or any questions, or any of that sort of stuff, you can stick them in there too. I guess this one's optional. You don't necessarily have to put a comment on, but if you got something, let's hear it. And if you guys got questions, hit me up in the WhatsApp group, and let's get the show on the road.